in de-risking private investment in the African continent. Second, we must invest in sustainable chain and regional integration. Africa's path for prosperity must focus on adding value to its raw materials, creating decent jobs and building resilience, taking profit of the African continental free trade area. And we must also address Africa's energy paradox. Africa has enormous renewables potential, but receives just 2% of global investment into renewables, and 600 million Africans live without electricity. And Africa is also home to the critical minerals required to power renewable technologies. But the countries hosting them must be the ones to benefit first and most, while adding value to local and global value chains. Third, we must harness digital innovation, including artificial intelligence, for development. But the African people are still suffering from a wide digital divide. Japan's technological leadership can help close this divide and ensure that technology helps African countries catch up with adequate digital public infrastructure rather than being left behind. And this includes ensuring that all countries can harness the incredible potential of artificial intelligence to power progress for all, as defined in the Pact for the Future. We have just shared the report outlining innovative financing options to build AI capacity in developing countries. AI must stand for Africa included. Fourth, we need people-centered development. Young people are the builders of Africa's future. Let us invest in their skills, in their education, particularly STEM, and ensure decent jobs, social protection, and a seat at the decision-making table. Let us invest in women's full participation across economies, societies, and political systems. Fifth, we must recognize that peace and prosperity go hand in hand. Sustainable development requires sustainable peace. By silencing the guns, as the African Union clearly points out, and by ending violence in all its forms and strengthening the social cohesion and stability that can attract investment and business to Africa. Excellencies, we have the roadmap, the 2030 Agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals, and the African Union's Agenda 2063. Let's co-create solutions that can build a future of dignity, opportunity, and peace for all, and I thank you.
Ok, muito obrigado. Tem agora a palavra a Sua Excelência Mudavadi Yusuf, Presidente da Comissão da União Africana.
Excellence, Monsieur Ishiba Shigeru, Premier ministre du Japon. Excellence, Monsieur Joao Lourenço, Président de l'Angola, Président en exercice de l'Union africaine. Majesté, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les chefs d'État et de gouvernement et de délégation, Excellences, Monsieur le Secrétaire général des Nations Unies, distingués invités, Mesdames et Messieurs. Cette 9e conférence internationale de Tokyo sur le développement en Afrique marque une étape cruciale de ce partenariat trentenaire. Aujourd'hui, à Yokohama, l'Afrique et le Japon ont la ferme volonté de renouveler leur engagement pour une vision partagée du développement durable. Créer ensemble des solutions innovantes, telle est la voie à suivre afin de réaliser un développement transformatif. Certes, l'innovation est le moteur de la croissance économique, mais elle pose aussi les jalons des sociétés résilientes et inclusives. Le continent africain s'est doté de stratégies et de mécanismes qui portent ses ambitions de progrès. En effet, la ZLE4 représente ce catalyseur d'énergie, d'opportunités et d'investissements destinés à promouvoir le commerce, l'industrialisation et l'entrepreneuriat. Par ailleurs, l'agenda 2063 de l'Union africaine est parfaitement aligné avec les aspirations de la TICAD ainsi que les objectifs de développement durable. Nous saluons en outre l'implication de la Banque mondiale dans son rôle de co-organisateur de cet événement de haute importance. Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs, à ce stade, il est de notre devoir de rappeler la complexité de la géopolitique internationale. Les impacts négatifs de ce contexte international sur l'état d'avancement de nos programmes de développement sont indéniables. Les financements tarissent, les pressions tarifaires s'accentuent, l'incertitude s'installe et l'imprévisibilité perturbe notre planification. Il est impératif de s'adapter, de démontrer une capacité de résilience et de travailler à la recherche de solutions innovantes afin de pallier à ces pertes de financement. Your Excellencies, at TICAD9 we have the unique opportunity to deepen our cooperation. Mobilizing private capital for quality infrastructure and innovation sectors remain a promising challenge. Partnerships to advance digital economy, related education, and opening the horizon to this vast potential is the future we all need to work for. As we are to embark on these discussions during the coming couple of days, I urge all stakeholders, governments and development partners, the private sector and the civil society, to renew the commitment to innovation-driven collaboration. Together, we can co-create solutions that are not only transformative, but also sustainable and inclusive, ensuring that no one is left behind. I look forward to our collective deliberations and to strengthening the bonds between Africa, Japan, and our global partners in the shared journey towards a prosperous and resilient future. Enfin, je tiens au nom de la Commission de l'Union africaine à remercier le gouvernement et le peuple japonais pour cette amitié et ce partenariat engagé avec l'Afrique et qui se passe de commentaires. Merci encore pour l'accueil chaleureux et l'hospitalité réservée à nos délégations. Je vous remercie.
Ok, muito obrigado. Tem agora a palavra Sua Excelência Liang Shu, administrador do Programa das Nações Unidas para o Desenvolvimento.
Mr. Prime Minister of Japan, Mr. President of Angola, Mr. Secretary General, heads of states, heads of governments, fellow co-organizers, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to be in this historical city of Yokohama, using the unique TICAD platform to reimagine pathways to socio-economic progress across the continent of Africa. Like other parts of the world, many countries across Africa face mounting debt, fragile growth, and widening inequality. These pressures hold back vital investments in key areas like technology, infrastructure, and energy. TICAD's three pillars, economy, peace and security, and society, are about breaking through these constraints while unlocking the continent's vast potential. From its abundant natural resources to its immense human talent and creativity, Africa has the potential to chart a new course. The African continent free trade area alone could boost intra-Africa trade by 45% and give millions of people new pathways out of poverty. This TICAD also comes at an important moment in the wake of the Pact for the Future adopted by our member states late last year. It calls for concerted, consistent, and coordinated investments across 5 priorities of sustainable development, peace and security, science and technology, youth, and transforming global governance. For people across Africa, this moment of hope and opportunity is not abstract. It is a call for turning commitments into action that tangibly improves lives. We are also guided by the civil commitment. It reminded us that ambitions must be matched by access to affordable, long-term finance and fairness, so that countries can invest in the future they choose, tackle that while preserving hard-won development gains. It also means gaining a stronger voice in deciding and shaping their destiny. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Yokohama, once home to Japan's first railway station, gas-powered streetlights, and the daily newspaper, reflects a spirit of innovation that continues to inspire today. With Japan's steadfast support, the United Nations is advancing new approaches to key areas like trade and investment to strengthen human security. This includes the United Nations Development Programme, which has invested in recent years in our capacity to support sustainable development financing. From 2022 to 2024, this investment has helped to catalyze investments totaling more than $22 billion towards the SDGs in Africa. It is allowing countries to finance their future on their own terms. TICAD9 allows us to reimagine trade and investment in Africa and forge bold new connections with the private sector and the young people that can help drive it. In this regard, UNDP is very proud to support the first ever Youth TICAD, amplifying the voice of a new generation. It is about commitments that are measurable, about solutions that truly deliver for Africa's people. Because Africa being built by its people is not only the Africa they envision, it is also the Africa that the world needs to thrive together. Thank you very much for your attention.
Ok, muito obrigado. Tem agora a palavra Sua Excelência Mactar Diop, Diretor-Geral da Corporação Financeira Internacional, em representação do Presidente do Banco Mundial.
Thank you. Your Excellency Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, Your Excellency President João Lourenço, Excellencies, Head of State and Government, distinguished ministers, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I join my colleagues in thanking the government of Japan and the city of Yokohama for their exceptional hospitality. The World Bank Group is honored to stand along Japan, the second largest shareholder of the World Bank Group and a major contributor to AIDA. As co-organizer of TICAD, a partnership that has evolved into a powerful platform for Africa transformation, we are most grateful for your support. I'm today representing the World Bank Group on behalf of our president, Ajebanga, who regrets not being here, but fully supports TICAD objective for Africa. The theme of this conference is co-create innovative solution in Africa. I will just pause 2 seconds here to say that I've witnessed it myself, my own eyes. I was actually Minister of Economy and Finance in my country, in Senegal, in 2000, 25 years ago. So the spirit that the Prime Minister described in his cooperation with African countries was not only witnessed in my own country, but also in the rest of the continent I visited through the 25 last years in my professional career. Indeed, we need to move beyond the potential to realize tangible growth and development, especially as Africa's youthful population, expanding market, technological innovation, and vast natural resources position the continent for accelerated progress in the years ahead. Constrained public funding, shift in the global trade are posing new challenges for many low-income countries. But within this challenge, Africa lies greatest opportunities. One clear example is Africa continental free trade areas. It could potentially create the world's largest free market with 1.3 billion people ready to trade and invest across borders. The continent's vast natural resources are matched by even more valuable asset, its youth. Over the next 3 decades, Africa will continue to experience the fastest increase in growth in youth population entering the labor market of all regions. Since the growing working age population can deliver a demographic dividend that transforms the continent. But Africa's potential is not destiny. Without decisive actions, particularly investing in skills and education, this dividend becomes a crisis. The prospect of hundreds of millions of unemployed youth has serious implications for global security and prosperity. This is why the World Bank Group has made job creation central to our mission. At the World Bank Group, 3 interconnected pillars guide our strategic response. First, laying foundations through IBRD and IDA, we invest in essential infrastructure, health and education. Second, in knowledge and policy advice, we provide governments with analysis and tools to attract investment and promote transparency. Third, in mobilizing capital, through IFC and MIGA, we are innovating to bring private investment to where it is needed most using financial solutions and risk guarantee. The World Bank Group committed $180 billion to development, including our mobilization of resources. And that was possible only with the support of Japan, particularly its contribution to IDA. And I would like to take the opportunity to thank once again Japan. We are today launching a transformative initiative with the UN system, with the African Development Bank, with the African Union. Let me cite a couple of them. The first one is Mission 300. Our flagship initiative in partnership with those institutions is to bring 300 million African electricity to 300 million Africans by 2030. And I would like to thank all the heads of government who are part of this initiative and the support they are bringing us to reach this goal. This isn't simply about lighting homes, it's about powering industries, enabling digital transformation, creating jobs, and drive Africa's economic future. The second one is agriculture, and we'll be announcing in the coming months a large initiative that aims at increasing significantly the production of agriculture in Africa, building on the model of M300 that we are developing for electricity. I would like to say that 3/4 of IDA resources are going to Africa, and the continent is benefiting from our efforts. I would like to thank Japan for this contribution once again. And as we go and move towards that objective, universal health coverage continues to become a priority and is a priority of the government of Japan, and we've been working with them since TICAD9 and even before. We have created hubs to support these initiatives. The hubs have been created in Japan on health. Another hub has been created for business development because we would like to bring more Japanese companies to invest in Africa. But I will not stop without talking about something which is very important, the resilience. Japan has demonstrated resilience, particularly resilience in a situation of natural disasters. And many African countries today are hit by some natural events which are affecting their development. Cape Verde is a recent example with a hurricane, and other African countries are today recording floods. So building on the experience of Japan in fighting these natural disasters will be also another priority of the World Bank Group. As we launch TICAD9, we see Africa not as it was, but as it will be, a continent where every young person finds meaningful work and possesses the skills gained through quality education and health system to thrive in tomorrow's economy, where business has the capital to grow and innovate, where local solutions address local challenges. This vision requires all of us. Government must create enabling conditions, development partners must provide expertise and resources, and the private sector must bring innovation and investment. Together, we can unlock Africa's vast potential, not for Africa alone, but for a world that meets Africa's dynamism, creativity, and youth. TICAD is our moment to transform partnership into action, to move from dialogue to delivery and potential to prosperity. This path is clear. The partners are ready. The moment is now. Thank you very much.
Gostaria de dar a palavra a Sua Excelência Shigeru Ishiba, Primeiro-Ministro do Japão, para indicar quem é da parte, qual a entidade do lado japonês